Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda has just concluded a media briefing where he updated South Africans and residents of the City of Johannesburg on the whereabouts of those who were housing or using the building behind us as their primary residence. Now, we do understand that they have been taken to temporary residence where they are living in tents at a football stadium, but we do understand that there are intentions to move them elsewhere. We're joined by the mayor right now, who's going to just give us a better sense of what has happened so far. Mayor, you say that these are temporary residents and that these the residents will be there or stationed there for another 72 hours. What then happens afterwards? Because they have also called on the municipality to provide them with, not to separate the men from the families and so on, not to separate their families. Is this achievable, or is this possible for the city to do that?
Well, the city has its approach of how it assists its victims. We will try our best to accommodate them. We'll try our best to engage and to establish what would make them feel comfortable. Our priority is to house them and to ensure that we are able to provide the social services that they require, like warm meals, beds, to ensure that they are kept warm at night. Lighting, which is very critical to eliminate the element of crime, but over and above any other additional requests that the victims might have, it will be taken into consideration, provided that is within the scope of what we can offer.
Certainly. Now, it seems as though the city is somewhat turning the corner with regards to reclaiming some of those hijacked buildings. 11 cases so far. I think in order to get a better sense of, how long this program has been running for, are you able to at least tell us, how long did it take for the city to regain those 11 out of the 180, and how long you plan on, if there are time frames in terms of when you want to then reclaim all the buildings that have been hijacked so far?
So when I ascended into office, I had indicated that reclaiming the inner city was a priority. Now, the 188 active cases have always been active. It is only when I ascended into the office and I demanded that there be a collaboration with other departments within the city that can render support. It's safe to say that Group Legal took a proactive approach instead of a reactive one whenever we try to rescue victims and then we lose court battles. But this time around, we went to the courts and we made those applications ourselves, citing the conditions in which the occupants of those buildings have been subjected to give court a better understanding of why the city cannot allow those occupations to prevail. And the court was nice enough to understand the fact that the city is considerate and is trying to prevent tragedies from occurring going forward. But equally so, we needed to find a way to densify these overpopulated structures and to also establish what mechanism can be deployed to repurpose them. Whether we need to reinstate the structure of the building, whether we need to find or in partnership with national government, find property developers that will take over the responsibility through a lease, or to completely demolish them is a plan that is ongoing, because it's a constant stakeholder engagement. We need to engage all affected parties that are involved in this. I cited earlier on that I'll be sitting in a city partnership forum, which has got critical stakeholders, those that we want to involve in our final decision making on the course of action, in saying that this is what we are doing and this is a high impact program, starting with the 11 judgments that we have. Let us make something of it.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. There you have it. That is Mayor Kabelo Gwamanda speaking to us on the initiatives and what they have done so far to try and regain control over those hijacked or illegally occupied buildings. So far, 11 successful cases, and saying that the argument that they did present or that they have presented before the courts are the living conditions that people find themselves in, and that this can no longer continue to prevail, and how this poses a threat or a hazard to both their lives as well as the other people who live in the city of Johannesburg.